For the national chairman, Mr. Freddie Wasmeu Blay. Thank you, Chairman.
Mr. President, Honorable Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Mr. Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and the Second Lady, the Chief of Staff, Senior Minister, Majority Leader, Ministers and Members of Parliament, the diplomatic corps are here, those who have joined us through other media all over the world, invited guests, and of course, the friends of the media. I also join my General Secretary, who had just spoken to you, to greet you and welcome you as well to this Manifesto lunch. If I look around the beauty of the arrangement, the efficiency, the way we've gone about this, it's a manifestation of a government that is prepared, ready, knowledgeable, and capable of managing the affairs of this country. Thank you, Mr. President, Honorable Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and your able Vice President. About 4 years ago, it will be recalled, before the 2016 December general elections, the NPP adored its vision, policies and programs for Ghana in Accra, the trade fairs site in the manifesto. That, of course, was our social contract under the able, competent leadership of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. We will say, and I say so with humility, but confidence, that within the 3.5 years, we have kept our faith with the people of Ghana to a very great extent. Fulfilled our promises largely. It's evidence all over the world, all over this country. And it could be seen the extent that the economy has been repaired. In spite of its messy situation, we found it. We are about to go for another election. And we are here once again, yet it's been pointed out, to adore our manifesto of a continued vision to transform the economy, to make the people strong and prosperous among the community of nations in the world. I consider it a privilege standing before you today in this great city of Cape Coast to be part of the history making in the efforts to uplift the fortunes of our people through our manifesto. This is a task that the NPP government, under the leadership and presidency of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has set itself. In sincerity, clarity, and focus, the party is coming out with its manifesto for the renewal of its mandate. This manifesto, dubbed the Leadership of Service, Protection of Progress, Transforming Ghana for All, is what we stand to offer to the people of Ghana once again. It is an indication of how ready the NPP was 2016 and is now and will be in the future, taking and tackling the economy, advancing good governance and development of our country for all of us. We are therefore asking people in this country that come December 7th, based on what we say we will offer, take us seriously, under the leadership of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Vote for us again, and we will deliver. May God bless all of us. Thank you very much.
Kukurudu. 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 Let's put our hands together once again for the national chairman. Permit me to announce once again to the good people of Ghana on this historic occasion the meeting ID. The meeting ID is 508-278-6012. I repeat again, 508-278-6012. And the pass code is 247149. Pass code again, 247149. Social media handles is N Akufo-Addo. Facebook and Twitter, N Akufo-Addo. N Baumia, and then NPP GH. Thank you very much. Mr. President, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the essence of leadership is that you have to have a vision. It's been 3.5 years of this visionary leadership, bold, courageous, and decisive. And this is the story so far.
We are going through so many challenges in terms of economics problems, people are not getting jobs.
As of job, we need more jobs. We need more jobs. A whole lot to do in Ghana.
Nyama ya tone ebokwa na watu. Ma sisi usika na bia lokwa akotoba ya 4 box ni. Idu ho dey to 3 box.
It's very hard. Very hard. Yeah, it's very hard. Because on getting in power.
Businesses are collapsing, and the unfortunate thing is even our light bills are not even going down. This thing has been happening for 3 years now. We get light in the day for only 2 days. Only 2 days. So out of the 5 days, it means you can work for only 2 days. And this is very bad.
I asked him if he had ever been offered a bribe before.
You mean as president?
As John Mahama.
As a human being?
As a person.
What are you going to do about this astonishing rate of inflation? You're hitting 15%. People are suffering in very tangible ways. We've seen scenes in Accra that we don't usually associate with Ghana at all.
It is time for them to fix the problem. If they can't fix the problem, then they must give way to another government who to take over and run the affairs of our country.
The only way we can guarantee the future of Ghana is to remove John Dramani Mahama from power and bring in the NPP to rebuild our country.
With the background of hopelessness and dejection that had enveloped the entire country, we fashioned a manifesto to change the situation. And so that's how our manifesto was titled Change, an Agenda for Jobs.
That I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. So help me God.
For many Ghanaians, this victory in 2016 came with a renewed hope. The New Patriotic Party had also won majority in Parliament.
It will not be easy. We have no illusions whatsoever. It will require sacrifice, but it can be done.
But after victory came reality. And with a record time, the new president formed and announced key members of his government. They are the men and women who will drive his vision, making it clear to them that there was no time to waste.
Simply about that, about getting development, if you like, to the grassroots.
The task ahead was enormous. His first major task was to ensure that power was stable in the country in order to get small businesses and industries that had collapsed under the Mahama administration back to work.
To do this, we needed to find the money, because one of the major causes of doomsday was lack of money to buy fuel for the operation of our plants. Nigeria have refused to give us gas as a result of huge debts. And the president negotiated with Nigeria, and Nigeria agreed to restore gas supply to Ghana.
I had to buy generators, and it was not easy at all at the time. We are so happy that today you get up, there is electricity, there is power to do everything.
It takes a leader that has the confidence of his peers, to be able to broker such arrangements that we got within the short period.
After years of doomsday, the lights were finally back for good. Agriculture has been the bedrock of Ghana's economy since time immemorial. The launch of the Planting for Food and Jobs initiative in April 2017, 4 months in office by the president, encouraged Ghanaians to take farming more seriously than in recent past. Through this program, agriculture is once again a respectable and profitable venture that is creating jobs.
The direct benefits are two. First of all, his income doubles, trebles, because those who were harvesting 3-4 bags, eking out from an acre of land, can now do 10, 15, 20, 40 bags. I've seen it in Tumu area, where just by using improved seed and fertilizer, their yields just go using the same sweat.
Yes, I harvest Ako factory. Yeah, be here, I'm for school. Yeah, be here, yeah, mammy, yeah, be here, yeah, until you good yeah, it's more to them into be on ownership.
You have to go up into the rural areas to see the kind of prosperity this engagement is bringing to them. It's making them very, very comfortable. The poverty is being tackled head on.
Today, the Planting for Food and Jobs initiative has brought renewed hope and energy, creating jobs, reducing poverty, and improving food security across the country. It's been after many years of neglect by the ex-while Bahama-led administration.
I think today you see leadership that is responsive to the challenges of the Ghanaian people. Leadership that is also very committed to improving the quality of life of every Ghanaian, not just a few people.
first term of President Akufo-Addo's leadership has not even ended, yet so much has been achieved. Within months in office, nurses and teachers who were abandoned by the Mahama-led administration were empowered with the restoration of their allowances. The National Health Insurance Scheme was immediately giving a new lease of life with the payment of the 1.2 billion Ghana cedi arrears. Leakages at the country's ports have been sealed with the introduction of paperless ports. To augment operations of the National Ambulance Service and to save lives, 307 new ambulances were distributed to all 275 constituencies across the country. Another fulfillment of a campaign pledge, one constituency, one ambulance. As a first step in the fight against corruption, the Office of the Special Prosecutor has been established. With a promise to create jobs for the youth, he created NAPCO, or the Nation Builders Corps, which is giving jobs to thousands of young graduates. Industrialization was another major aspect of the president's grand plan to transform Ghana. The one district, one factory policy was born out of the need to diversify the economy and create jobs for the Ghanaian people.
So far, 232 companies and projects have been established and are at various stages of implementation. They are spread throughout the country in different districts, in different regions, from the north to the south, from the east to the west.
Everything here has been thought of, designed, built, and is now being run by Ghanaians. What we see here are very young people. We picked some from the university, some from industry, some from the streets.
We are testimony to this fact that the idea that Nana Addo initiated and is championing is actually bringing a transformation in the lives of people. Just an idea from an individual can just change a life like that.
But it goes beyond that, because it is also capturing new enterprises, at the same time capturing existing enterprises that were completely demobilized and almost dead, which have been resurrected.
2013, 14, 15, after the night, one collapse, and I got in a few. Until now, Brabon, why a until no, you see, after 2020, and your test and another, a baby be a Jumano, one district, one factory. So, I share a Juanasono. Yet, you could also add to Adriane, and my immediate.
The One District, One Factory initiative is an economic landmark, empowering the private sector to grow. Several factories are up and running since its launch in August 2018.
Gazette number 12 of 2019, and thereby creating the Northeast region, and signed the instrument.
Following the country's constitution, President Akufo-Addo led the creation of 6 new regions, empowering several communities that have been deprived of development. Using his long-known negotiating skill, peace has finally come to Dagbon. The presidential pitch, an initiative to support young entrepreneurs and the needy with startup capital, has become his regular routine. Bottlenecks in the banking sector, which were collapsing the country's economy, is now cleaned up. As part of an agenda to digitize Ghana, an ambitious infrastructure development program for the ICT sector with the national broadband infrastructure is ongoing. September 2017. School children from across the country waved their flag with excitement. For the first time in the country's history, senior high education is made free across the country.
A government may not be able to make every citizen rich, but with political will and responsible leadership, a government can help create a society of opportunities and empowerment for every citizen. And I know no better way to do so but through access to education.
The education of the Ghanaian child is something dear to President Akufo-Addo. Through this policy, a record 1 million children have access to secondary education in Ghana.
He is the driver and mover of free SHS. As we speak, apart from we doing the technical work to support his SHS, the free SHS program is under the office of the president.
For him to bring free education, women who ordinarily go and sell their clothes to make sure that the children are sent to school or there's food on the table, now would not sell their clothes again, but will have their children in school.
Across the country, many parents and students have shared various testimonies on the overwhelming success of the free senior high school policy and how it is securing their future.
In 2001, I lost my father, and in 2008, I lost my mother. If not because of the introduction of the free SHS, I wouldn't be here, and my vision is to become a nurse in future so that I'll be able to help my community and the nation at large.
When you talk about infrastructure projects, there's no comparison. Because let me give you an example. When you take a 12-unit classroom, we did 165. When you talk about 3-unit classroom blocks, all in secondary school, we have done 60. When you talk about 6-unit classroom blocks, we've done 173. We have done about 3 times more than the SDC ever thought in their mind.
By 2016, most of the country's road networks were in terrible condition. Everywhere the new president went, the plea of the people was for him to rescue the sector.
I'm happy I came here today to see this for myself. I think, Mr. Engineer, there's a lot more work that needs to be done for us to be able to find a satisfactory way out for the future.
Without much delay, the president personally embarked on a mission to radically change the face of Ghana's road network.
The road sector serves as the pivot, the fulcrum around which the economic development of the country revolves. So, the president went to work, government, tackle the poor, deteriorated road infrastructure of our country from the very beginning. For the first time in the history of this country, 4 interchanges are being built simultaneously. We can talk about Bukwasi interchange, we can talk about Tema interchange, we are working on Obi Chebilamte interchange, Tamale interchange under Sando Hadro is in currency. We are going to cut sword for Takrady interchange at the PTC roundabout, making it 5. It has never happened in the history of this country.
The country's railway sector can today boast of modern terminals and coaches. A 670-kilometer greenfield railway corridor linking the southern part of Ghana to Paga is underway, and so is the railway interconnectivity project between the port of Tema and Ouagadougou, the capital of Burkina Faso. Water has been supplied to many rural communities, while the One Village, One Dam initiative is making irrigation in several farming communities easy. Aggressive sports infrastructural development is being undertaken in many communities across the country, taking sports closer to the youth. Construction is underway for Ghana's first creative arts school, while a court to protect Ghanaian musicians and the arts will be up within the next few weeks. In 2019, the Year of Return program injected billions of dollars into the Ghanaian economy and saw an increase in tourist arrivals.
To date, over 450,000 people around the world have died because of coronavirus.
We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
The coronavirus pandemic took the world by surprise. No country in the world prepared for it. Even nations regarded as superpowers are grappling to deal with it. But leadership may have determined the survival of citizens in every nation. President Akufo-Addo is meeting with various stakeholders to assess the nation's preparedness.
The Ministry of Health has announced that 2 cases of COVID-19.
Ghana is investigating 2 suspected.
By the 12th of March, Ghana had recorded her first 2 cases. At this point, decisive leadership is key.
Those were heady moments in the government. Those were very difficult moments. And even if you want fear in the system, but out of all of that, he showed extraordinary leadership. He was very steady, very focused, and very calm.
Midnight in Accra, and the nation is sleeping. President Akufo-Addo is meeting with his top COVID-19 medical advisors and the Vice President. They are assessing the possibility of a reasonable lockdown. But the President was firm that a total lockdown cannot be considered. His major concern was the informal sector and the vulnerable in society.
Fellow Ghanaians, good evening. I've come to your homes once again.
With truth and openness to the people, the President made his address to the nation a frequent routine.
These are not ordinary times. So let us all put our shoulders to the wheel. And I'm confident that together, by the grace of God, we shall overcome this challenge.
It is said that tough leaders are made for tough times. The leadership provided by President Akufo-Addo in these COVID times is unparalleled. He rallied and empowered local pharmaceutical companies and the manufacturing industry to provide essentials such as PPEs and hand sanitizers. Water was made free for all Ghanaians. Electricity was also made free for the poor with 50% reduction for high consumers. Hot meals were provided for the needy and vulnerable in society.
We know what to do to bring back our economy back to life. What we do not know is how to bring people back to life.
He wanted to see what the people were being fed with, how we feed them, the number of people that congregate that we say they are not observing the social distancing. And this was something that I didn't think the president would take keen interest in.
Knowing that the most affected by the COVID are small businesses, the president launched the 1 billion Ghana cedi business support scheme.
To date, 120,000 beneficiaries, micro, small and medium enterprises have benefited from this fund. 60% of these beneficiaries are women.
From this crisis comes a lesson. President Akufo-Addo recognizes that Ghana has to make significant investments in the public health system and has immediately begun construction of 88 new district hospitals, all to be completed within a year.
The world is looking at Ghana. You would be surprised at the sort of interactions I've had locally from Nigeria and elsewhere. They're very proud of us.
I am not surprised that he stands tall amongst his peers, both in Africa and in the world.
It's thoughtful leadership that thinks about the people. It thinks about the grassroots. It thinks about changing the lives of people. It's not selfish leadership.
If Ghana wants to become a big player in the global economy, the way forward is to industrialize. President Nana Akufo-Addo is doing exactly that.
Continuity is in the interest of Ghana. Continuity is in the interest of the economy of Ghana. Continuity is in the interest of the youth of Ghana. Because with continuity, we can consolidate the gains and protect the gains that we've made and ensure that we unleash the full potential of the Ghanaian people and the Ghanaian youth.
4 years of change has been, in my view, so far so good. But it is not yet Uhuru, as they say. We haven't gotten there yet. But it is important that we protect the gains that we have made in 4 years.
Under the leadership of Presidents Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the NPP, the bar of leadership in Ghana has been raised. The foundation plans for Ghana's transformation is being laid. Investor confidence in Ghana has been built with global corporations such as VW, Sinotruck and others setting up their manufacturing plants in Ghana. For the first time since the formation of the African Union, Ghana is headquarters of a major body, the African Continental Free Trade Area.
This is the leadership we are talking about. You can do better. Please put your hands together once again. They said it was not possible. Out of despair is what we have delivered. Put your hands together once again under the able leadership of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have 3 acknowledgments to make, and with your permission, I want to introduce the Omanhene of the Trifu traditional area, Obrimpong Apia Nyama, who is also a member of the Council of State. Let's put our hands together for him. We are in the central region, and I think that it's important that I introduce Kennedy Ohindi Kumpreku Ajapong, the master brainer of the Central Regional Party, and ladies and gentlemen, the second lady of the Republic of Ghana. The second lady of the Republic of Ghana. Beautiful Samira Baumia. Put your hands together for her once again. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good people of Ghana. At this stage, we are going to listen to short briefs from this manifesto we are talking about on key sectors. And as usual, the NPP is leaving no one behind. To set the tone for this is the Chief Executive Officer of the Coastal Development Authority. His name is Jerry Ahmed Shaibu, also known as the Choco Lawyer. Put your hands together for Jerry Ahmed Shaibu.
A collective effort at nation building to ensure no one is left behind.
We have managed to give water to 164 rural communities, and the Upper East Water, which is ongoing, is also going to give a lot of water to the people in the Bogatanga, Paga, Navrongo and its environs, as well as villages on route the water supply. With regard to urban water, we have also, through the Gamma project, provided 260 kilometers of pipelines into homes to pipe the water into the homes of the people of Accra. As I speak, we've also built 30,000 toilets in Accra. Overall, the whole country, throughout the whole country, we have also built 113,000 toilets in homes. This is to help us increase the delivery of sanitation. In effect, what I'm humbly asking for is that all these shortcutting that His Excellency has done will come on stream in the next 10 years.
I'm honored to talk to you about leaving no one behind. A society is judged by how it cares for those who have the least and struggle the most, and the compassion that its leadership shows in reducing social and economic inequalities. A nation's ability to develop sustainably also depends inter alia on its preparedness to safeguard the lives and future of children who have lost or are at the risk of losing parental care. Over the last 3 years, the NPP government has, thanks to a strong and a vibrant economy with an obviously solid president in charge, you have extended greater social protection for the vulnerable in the Ghanaian society, particularly the needy, elderly, excluded, and the physically and mentally challenged. These interventions are aimed at ensuring that as our society grows and prospers, no one is left behind. And we mean no one. Especially our dear petty traders, fishers, farmers, commercial drivers, loye, kayaye, okwafoe, kejara yeli loye, washi muku muku muku. Among measures taken to improve social protection is a significant improvement in the implementation of the Ghana School Feeding Program, which has been enhanced to reach more pupils with better quality meals. We have nearly doubled the number of beneficiary pupils under the Ghana School Feeding Program. The Akufo-Addo administration, in keeping with its commitment to improving the welfare of school children, has increased the feeding grant by 20%. So, per child, per school day. To help safeguard the upkeep and future of our children who have lost or are at risk of losing parental care, we have established the National Adoption Authority to coordinate family-based and institution-based care and to act as an advocate body in the protection and promotion of child rights and the rights of other marginalized groups. Another innovative social protection safeguard for our children is the introduction of the new National Child Protection Toolkit, which has been distributed in over 1,300 communities in Ghana to help officials and caregivers who work with children to serve their best interests and have the necessary tools at hand to do so. The welfare of the aged is of paramount importance. In the agenda of our government, in the agenda of this government, in that vein, the current government has over the last 3 years demonstrated unquestionable resolve to ensure a decent livelihood for the aged. Improvement in the implementation of LEAP is ample proof thereof. Beneficiaries under LEAP now receive support for income generating activities as opposed to poultry handouts, which was previously the case. Ladies and gentlemen, when we took over from the NDC administration, public sector workers tier 2 pension contributions had been withheld for a long time. Another issue compounding the plight of the aged in the already crumbling economy, aka Popo Blibli economy. The phenomenon took a toll on our pensions and affected many extended families who have pensioners as breadwinners. You can imagine what is happening in the homes of those people. When you voted for us to serve you, we vowed to make these outstanding payments. And as I speak, this government has released 3.1 billion cedis in public sector workers tier 2 pension contributions. Clap for God. To alleviate the plight of the physically challenged, we are focused in our first term to empower them with income earning opportunities by providing them with funds and logistics to lead a more dignified life. This support includes an increase in the District Assembly's Common Fund allocation for persons with disabilities from 2% to 3%. The National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, NIP, another enviable flagship policy initiative of Akufo-Addo-led NPP government, has been providing an integrated national support for startups and small businesses which include business development services, startup incubators, and funding for young businesses to enable them grow and become successful, with special focus on physically challenged beneficiaries. The National Council for Persons with Disabilities has also received staffing and equipment to enable them collaborate with the Ghana Federation of Disability Organizations in drafting equal employment policy to empower PLWD through employment. A disability should not mean poverty or confinement. No, because disability is not inability. I am happy to state that the NPP government is committed to providing the necessary tools to make all Ghanaians prosper, regardless of their limitations or abilities. To that end, government through ministries, departments, and agencies is putting in place the system and structures to ensure that no one is left behind. Indeed, we have a record. And to be proud of the record, we say in Ghana, Moniko to Pakpale, there is Achio. Washi moko moko, Yakufo-Addo shishi, washi moko. Former fonana, adodi, ofechon. Nyetwa, no manya bla nyefe.
Our continuous engagement in educating and enforcing of the various protocols as the new normal.
Our core mandate is to ensure that everybody in Ghana, being young and old, is motivated to learn at least a skill or a profession. We are ensuring that all the TVET institutions under the various ministries are brought under the Ministry of Education.
It's 14 years when I dropped out of school because I was pregnant. But along the line, I had the desire that I wanted to go back to school. And unfortunately, I got pregnant the third one. Yes. But after that, I decided I would go to school. So I left the man and I started my life. From there, I started selling to provide for myself and the children. And many people were advising me that I was brilliant, that I should go back to school. So I took the bold step and I went to so-called Bogame MAGHS Form 2. That was 2018. And in 2019, I wrote my BEC and I passed. I was admitted in Maoli School, which was last year. I want to thank the government. I know it's not only me that is going through this, and because of the free SHS, I've come back to school. There are a lot out there. To me, it is a good thing. It is a good thing, and I thank the government. I want to become a midwife.
My name is Dr. Yahosei Educhum. I'm the Deputy Minister for Education in charge of General Education and also a Member of Parliament for the good people of Osomtwe. Today I want to take you on an adventure with me. An adventure that takes a look at the bold vision of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the President, and his Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. An adventure that began with the implementation of free senior high school, a campaign promise that was made by the President, a promise that has been delivered. I want you to join me as we look at TVET transformation. Through the leadership of the Minister for Education, TVET has been transformed. Technical, vocational education and training is no longer the preserve of students who don't do well in schools. A major agenda has been embarked upon. Skills assessment has been done so that we know the areas that we need to focus on. And then the transformation has begun. A 5-year TVET transformation agenda is being implemented. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ghana that you know is a Ghana that is different now because somebody dreamt and somebody did the hard work. In this country of ours, even in the 1960s, the vast majority of our students did not gain access to secondary schools because there were limited facilities. Then we came into the 2000s, and every year 100,000 students were sitting at home because they could not afford to pay the fees that were being charged by our institutions. Then comes a bold leader. A leader who says, I'm not going to leave any child behind. A leader who says, I will have to ensure that every child, irrespective of which part of the country you were born and you were growing up in, will have access to quality secondary education. So today, when we talk about the story of free senior high school, it's not just a campaign promise. The New Patriotic Party knows that. We know that education is the difference maker. Education is what transforms societies. Education is what takes a young man from a village and make him somebody so that they can sit in a hall like this. Education is what has brought all of us together here on this great day. And it is that kind of education that we want every child to have. It is that kind of commitment that was made to the good people of Ghana, and the president and the vice president and the entire party structure has rallied together, and we have delivered. But make no mistake about it. On December 7th, education is on the ballot. And not just any education, quality education is on the ballot. To the good people of Ghana, give me a minute and let me let you know at this point, the decision we make on December 7th has wide ramifications for the future of this country. When we vote for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, this nation will be forever transformed. Education is going to play its rightful role. No child will be left behind, and sometimes when we talk about no child being left behind, we forget that when we leave a child behind, we are leaving the country behind. So it's not just about leaving a child behind. When we don't tap all the talent of the people across the length and breadth of this country, and we only tap into the talent of the few who are privileged like myself, we are leaving the country behind. And that is not what we can afford to do. So December 7, when you go to the polls, you are going to the polls to vote for hope. You are going to the polls to vote for transformation. You are going to the polls to vote for a leader who is fiercely determined that the fortunes of this nation will forever be transformed. And that through education, a young man growing up in Bangkok in the Bosomtwe district will one day get an opportunity to go to secondary school, get an opportunity to go to the university, transform the fortunes of his life and that of his family, and then be able to look back and say, because of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, my life has changed. That is the nation that we want to rally every one of you to join us and vote for, and ensure that this nation will forever be transformed. We must understand that a generation empowered will empower this nation forever. Mr. President, we are grateful for your leadership. Mr. Vice President, we are grateful for your leadership. And it is my hope that the good people of Ghana will vote for hope and not despair. Thank you. Thank you. God bless NPP and God bless Ghana.
Hello. Joe Anochi speaks on Digital Ghana.
NPP is building the foundation for a digital Ghana, something that can meet the demands of the new normal.
We've been very busy trying to formalize our economy through technology, and that has been the key focus of the government of the NPP. We've been building the foundations of our digital economy and taking deliberate steps in that respect, starting with mobile money interoperability to build a digital financial system. And so we put 15 million bank accounts in 15 million pockets, since all these mobile money wallets are linked to bank accounts, and has made it possible for people to transact businesses from our transform the COVID from a crisis to an opportunity using technology, and build Ghana's digital shield, leveraging on our existing assets within government, fiber, LTE, and all the various digital platforms that we already have in existence. We feel that we've built the robust foundation, and so we can leverage patients and services on that foundation going forward.
I'm Joe Anochi. I'm the Director General of the National Communications Authority, the NCA. I'll be sharing with you some snippets of the many innovative digital services rolled out by this government as part of the Digital Ghana agenda, whose purpose is to enable Ghanaians work and live more conveniently while producing much more in much less time and cost. It is often said technology drives innovation, and innovation drives growth and market share for businesses. For the people, that translates into better ways of getting things done, such as locating people, sending deliveries across town, making payments to bulk yam seller Adioji from the comfort of your home, or sharing photograph of your newborn baby with grandma and grandpa. If you fail to innovate, you will be left behind. Fortunately for us as a nation, our president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has a clear understanding of what needed to be done from day one. He believed that the future of Ghana lay in bringing innovative, sustainable, progressive technologies that will make state institutions, businesses, households, and individuals work effectively, efficiently, and deliver better and make our economy grow. This is why we have been able to deliver many innovations and services. The following are examples. We have introduced the new national ID card, the Ghana card. This will help with the precise identification of individuals, families, and communities, and using related data, direct social protection programs better to those that need it most. A case in point, in the just ended voters registration exercise, the Electoral Commission reported that a little over 60% of all registrations were made by means of the Ghana card. In fact, as at today, the National Identification Authority has issued over 13 million Ghana cards to Ghanaians and to foreign residents. We have done in 3.5 years what John Mahama failed to do in 8 years. We have introduced the mobile money payments interoperability system. This allows the seamless movement of cash across bank accounts, mobile wallets on different networks, and the easy cards, thereby promoting cashless digital economy. That means you do not need to carry cash when you visit the market or go to the salon or the barber or plumber. By means of the Universal Access Fund, we have extended voice and broadband data to more than 500 underserved and unserved communities throughout the country, from Abenaso in the eastern region to Turumpang in the western region, from Volo in the Volta region to Jedam in Ashanti region, from Yabaga in the northern region to PC in the upper west region. They are now have